Nautcm, welcome to Young and Indigenous. We are a podcast created by Indigenous youth hoping to spread positivity and shared knowledge to all communities. In this episode, we have a guest from our hometown Lummi Nation. Julius is a Salish artist and will be sharing with us some of his original stories inspired by his paintings.
Nautcm and Chesa. My name is Chesa Chesquin, Gary Richard Julius. My parents are Haynes Rodney Julius and Mary Lou Solomon. I'm a full-blooded Lummi Nation tribal member. I am a Salish artist / writer. And I'm here with the children of the setting sun and would actually like to share a few different stories that came to me before, during, or after each piece of art that inspired the stories. One of the latest pieces of art that I created, I coincidentally painted my daughter's story that she wrote when she was 3 years in 7 months, believe it or not. I titled the painting Transition. And it was actually the first story to all of my artwork without even knowing it. This is back in 2004. I just read my daughter the story of the raven stealing the sun. And she asked me if I wanted her to tell me a story that she knew or if I wanted her to make one up. I told her to make one up. And she barely had enough time to put her finger on the side of her chin, and this is the story she shared. Okay, a long time ago, there was the most beautiful woman in the wide world. And a man loved her more than anything. And he wanted to give her everything. But he couldn't, because the raven had the moon. He asked the raven for the moon and he said no. It made him very angry. So angry, he went out at night to go steal it. But all of a sudden, the raven caught him and said, "Since you like the moon so much, you can have it." And he brought him way, way up into the sky, and he left him up there on the moon. But he took a sparrow out and put it inside of the coyote. And that's why the coyote howls at the moon. What is so amazing about this short, tiny little story is it explains how the man got in the moon, how and why the coyote became known as the trickster, because in no native legends does it explain why they have the character they do, but in her story it does explain it, and why coyotes howl at the moon. This other painting is of a blue heron, and in the story he was a kingfisher. A very impatient kingfisher. And it's titled Patience. In this story, the kingfisher, he was complaining to the creator. "Why did you name me Kingfisher? It's very embarrassing. I'm not even the king of fishers. I'm a very small bird. Everybody makes fun of me and my name. I can't even catch or carry the king of salmon. I couldn't even if I wanted to. My wings are too small. Why would you make my wings so small? Why? Why would you do this to me? I don't understand." So he stretched out his wings and made them a lot bigger. Crash landed every time he tried to land. So he started complaining to the creator again. "Why did you make my legs so short? Why? Why would you do this to me? I crash land every time I try to land. Why? Why would you do this to me?" Creator got tired of him complaining, so he stretched out his legs, making them a lot bigger. "Now I fall over every time I try to walk. My feet are too small. Why would you make my feet so small? Why? Why would you do this to me?" He stretched out his feet, making them a lot bigger. "I can't pick nothing up. My neck is too short. I still can't. My beak is too small. I can't turn when I fly. My tail's too short." So when he thought he met perfection, he started complaining about everything around him. "Why'd you make this like this, that like that like this, and this like that?" The creator gave him the creative powers to change things the way he saw fit, but nothing fit. Everything was out of whack. Things were eating things that they shouldn't. The world was on the brink of extinction from itself. And he felt so very bad that he gave the creative powers back to the creator. But that's how he became patient and the Blue Hand. This next story is actually written by the late Chief Bill James, my father Haynes Rodney Julius, and a little bit of me. To a seal and an eagle. There was this seal that fell in love with an eagle. Fell in love with the strength, wisdom, and knowledge, and the beauty that eagles possess. Eagle had to try to come up with ways to get rid of the seal. And with the seal's persistence, seal went out and caught the largest salmon out in the ocean to originally give to eagle. But all the other sea creatures started picking away and eating at this prized salmon. They all wanted some of its really rich oil. And if anyone was to eat it, seal should. So seal ate the salmon. And eagles have the best eyes in the animal kingdom. Eagle saw this taking place and gave eagle the idea to say, well, go catch me the largest salmon out in the ocean and I'll take you as mine. Seal hesitated but agreed. Went out and caught the second largest salmon to try to pawn it off as if it was the largest. So it's based on a lie somewhat. Eagle brought seal up into the nest and went back down after the salmon. And salmon, they run in the summer season, so it's really hot. And it's a really big salmon. By the time he's done eating this really big salmon, eagle goes back up in the nest and the seal's all dried up and really wants to hurry and get back into the water. Teaching seal the lesson: seals and eagles can never nest. This next story is actually the very first story that has ever come to me. And it came to me like an explosion of words. Word for word. I know that sounds crazy because I can only think of one word at a time. But there's no other way to explain it other than a miracle the way this one came to me. Literally an explosion of words. A long time ago, when animals were more like humans, there was an eagle, very anxious to get his bald head. His parents, they fought against disease. And this young eagle was thinking, well, my parents fight against disease, so I think this means I should get rid of this disease. Rodents and rats carry disease. So he started killing these rats. And eagles, they don't kill rats. They eat salmon. And so, while he was killing these rats, the Creator turned him into a hawk. It made him angry. Very angry. He just started killing even more. Like, well, I'm a hawk. That's what they do, right? But he still wasn't eating them. He was letting them lay waste. And the other rats, they took notice upon it and saw that there was this hawk just relentlessly killing their kind. They knew something needed to be done, so they set him up. They had the largest rat out in the field just sitting there. Hawk didn't think twice. He just went down after it, and right when he was just about to grab it, all these rats jump on him. They just start fighting. Eagle comes down and breaks him up. He's like, what are you guys doing? You guys shouldn't be fighting each other. You shouldn't be fighting your own kind. What was once Hawk looks down and says, like, what do you think I am, Oh no, this can't be. No, I'm not supposed to be a rat. I'm supposed to be an eagle. I can't go home now. What am I gonna do? My parents would be very disappointed in me. What am I gonna do? Eagle tried to talk to him. It's like, what do you mean you can't go home? Well, my parents, they're eagles. I'm supposed to be an eagle. I'm supposed to have my bald head. What did you think you're accomplishing here? Well, my parents, they're eagles. They fight against disease. I was trying to get rid of this disease. He's like, what? You can't just start killing all these rats. He's like, no. He's like, that's not the way it works. You need to help them. You need to help them get rid of the disease. You just don't kill the source. Rat interrupts him. He's like, what? He's like, don't interrupt me. He's like, I'm trying to share something to you. You don't cut someone off or interrupt them while they're speaking. Your parents should have taught you that. That's what your ears are for. And you need to pray. You need to go pray and pray really hard. Rat felt very, very bad. And the only words that stuck with him is to pray and pray really hard. So he went and he prayed very, very hard, and he meant it with every bit of his soul. please, Creator, please turn me back into an eagle and give me my bald head. Please, I beg you. Or just turn me back into an eagle. Please, I beg you. I'll do anything I need to do. Please. The Creator turned him into an owl. What? What? No, this isn't supposed to be. I'm supposed to be an eagle. You knew I'm an eagle. You knew I wanted my bald head. Why would you do this to me? I don't understand. So he flew out and he sees these 3 eagles there. They're laughing, sharing stories, talking about how grateful they are of the Creator and all the Creator does for them. He goes and he interrupts. He's like, I don't know why you guys are laughing around talking about him for. He's supposed to be all powerful. Look what he did to me. Look what he did to me. He knew I was an eagle. He knew I wanted my bald head. But look what he did to me. He turned me into an owl when he knew I wanted to be an eagle with my bald head. Why would he do this to me? I don't understand. Very angrily, the eagles, they start getting after him. Don't you ever interrupt anyone, especially when they're talking amongst each other. Your parents should have taught you that. That's what your ears are for. He felt very dumbfounded and they left him. And he sees another eagle praying to the Creator, praying how grateful he is. Goes, interrupts him again. I don't know why you're praying to him for. Look what he did to me. Why would he do this to me? Eagle, don't you ever interrupt anybody, especially when they're praying. Your parents should have taught you that. That's what your ears are for. You think you could just pray your way in and out of trouble? That's not the way it works. He felt very, very dumb again. And this third time, he's there very sad, and this third eagle comes up to him. He starts talking to Eagle. You know, Eagle, I did just as he said. I prayed really, really hard, and I meant it with all of my heart. And look what he did to me. He turned me into an owl. It's like, what? That's all you got out of it? You just prayed? Did you do anything else I told you? Did you go help them? Even when they're not looking? Did you do any of that? Because you can't just pray your way in out of things. You probably needed those ears. That's why Creator gave them to you, because you're not listening too well. Owl has the best ears. That's probably why you needed those ears. He knows exactly what you need. It's like, oh no, I forgot. Kind of excited, he left this time. Very excited, he goes and starts helping these rats. They didn't want nothing to do with him, but he kept helping in any way that he could, even when they're not looking. Eventually one would take notice, a couple more would take notice, till things cooled down. And he enjoyed helping them. He loved it. It made him feel good. So he started helping more than just the rats, other rodents of all kinds. He started just helping everywhere. He loved what they had to say. He enjoyed those years so very much. He went to all the animals, helping in any way that he could, picking up little here and there on his journey. He found himself praying, "You know, Creator, you knew exactly what I needed. You knew I needed these ears. I thank you so very much for these ears." I wouldn't want to be anything else in the world. Thank you for making me an owl. And the Creator turned him back into an eagle and gave him his bald head.
Hi Shka for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Young and Indigenous is a part of Children of the Setting Sun Productions.
We'd like to show our appreciation to the people that helped make this episode happen.
Hi Shka to our production and editing crew. Michelle Pulaski, Kyla Pulaski, Eliza Julius, Isabella James, and Ellie Smith.
Haishka to Mark Nichols, Julie Lewis, and Dylan Letchworth for creating the soundtrack. And finally, a great big Haishka to our amazing supporters. First Nations Development Institute, Critical Role Foundation, North Sound Accountable Communities of Health,
the Lackdamish Foundation, the Satterberg Foundation, Novo Foundation, and Group Health Foundation.
Until next time, lay nux and saw.
Should we try it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll say, see you later.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Until next time, lay nux and saw. See you later.
All right, we did it.